There is one very specific problem that every single guy has inside of their game when it comes to attracting women. You have probably been there before, okay? And I'm going to explain everything in this whole video. And if you can learn how to overcome this one obstacle, you will realize that your dating life gets wildly easier, strictly because, or specifically because, you can actually identify the core problem. Okay, listen to me closely. The main reason that she does not like you, or the main reason that she stops liking you, is because she knows that she can have you. I will say that one more time. The main reason why she liked you and now she doesn't is because she knows that she can have you. And women only want what they can't have. Women only desire the men that they are not completely sure that they can actually obtain a relationship from. That is the men that women like. So, listen to me closely. Let's break this down at the core level. There is one massive problem that every single guy goes through. It doesn't matter if you're approaching a woman. It doesn't matter if you're text messaging a woman. It doesn't matter what the circumstance is. It doesn't matter if you met on an online app. Doesn't matter. This is the core problem right here. If you don't show any interest at all, you run the risk of getting put in the friend zone. And she goes, is this guy even, like, really trying to have, like, a true masculine and feminine dynamic with me? Is this guy, like, showing any amount of interest? Does this guy have any confidence to actually ask me out? If you don't show any intent, you run the risk of getting put in the friend zone. Now, the opposite is also true, okay? The opposite problem is this. If you are too overt and you give away too much of the perceived power, okay, or you give too much compliments or too much validation, or you are too overt in the interaction with your interest level, you lower your perceived value, and now she questions if she wants to be with you because you've revealed your interest level. So there's a fundamental problem here in every single dating situation, in every single dating dynamic, and it's this. If meeting a woman or having a girlfriend or having a wife fundamentally means that two people like each other, the question is, how am I supposed to attract a woman when women oftentimes are only attracted to the men who don't necessarily act as if they fully even want to be with them? How are you supposed to be with somebody? How are you supposed to attract somebody? How are you supposed to have this dynamic where you two like each other when oftentimes women only like the men who don't fully like them back? So this is the biggest question that almost every single guy runs into, and this is the biggest problem that every single guy runs into because they don't understand this one concept that I'm about to say, and that would be the sweet spot. Okay? The sweet spot is not too far over here where you're going in the friend zone, and the sweet spot is not too far over here where it's like you've given away so much attention, so much compliments, so much validation that she knows that she can have you. The sweet spot is right in the middle. The sweet spot is that what if factor. What if he likes me? What if he doesn't? Okay? Today in this video, I'm going to make this as simple as humanly possible. I'm going to describe to you 3 easy steps that you can actually do, that you can actually use, that you can actually master to start to actually leverage this sweet spot in your dating life. And on top of that, I'm even going to show you how to take this a step further by the end of this video, so stick with me. The first step to mastering the sweet spot, to mastering the what if factor, is you have to actually learn and understand how to verbally qualify a woman. And what that basically says, or what that basically demonstrates, is, hey, I am not quite sold on you yet. When you verbally qualify her, what that means is you're creating the frame or the premise that says, hey, I need to know if I like you. Even though I'm talking to you, even though I'm giving you some attention right now by talking to you, okay, I need to know for sure that I like you. So what are you going to do? How are you going to do this? How are you going to actually qualify her? You're going to come up with just one simple statement, so you don't have to remember a whole bunch of things. You're going to find one simple statement that you can easily remember. So this is the first step, is understanding how to qualify a woman. If you can do this, you can now unlock steps 2 and step 3, so stick with me. Step 2. You are going to string out conversation over text message for a period of at least probably a week. What you're going to do is you're going to just have 1 to 2 text messages per day. And you're going to stretch that out for at least probably a week. Okay, you want to delay the actual date, and I'm going to explain why. Maybe once or twice a day with something simple that spikes emotion, or something like a voice memo, okay, a picture of you doing something active, demonstrating masculinity, keeping conversation going, and building that dynamic of teasing, building that dynamic of what if we hang out? Are we going to see each other? And you're doing this for a specific reason. You are hoping that if you delay the ask as long as possible, you can get her to go overt. And going overt would look something like this. So are you ever going to ask me out? So when are we going to see each other? Are you ever going to take me out on a date? If you can get her to go overt, you have now mastered the sweet spot. Step 2 is actually delaying the ask for the date as long as you can. And as long as you notice that her anticipation of seeing you again keeps building slowly, what you're going to notice is that everything will start to work itself out. Now, step 3, okay? Once you and her have continuously dated each other for a period of probably a couple months, maybe 2 to 3 months, maybe closer to 4 months, depending on how fast she became attached and invested into her emotions, into that interaction with you, this is when you're going to slowly create a dynamic where she does 100% of the pursuing, or as close to 100% of the pursuing as possible. Meaning if she does not text message you or call you or ask you to hang out or ask to see you, she will just never see you ever again. And I know for some of you that's really scary, because you might fall in love and you might meet the woman that you've always imagined you'd be with. But listen closely. Women want what they can't have. So by you constantly pursuing, despite already seeing her for a period of 2, 3, 4, 5 months, you constantly pursuing lowers your perceived value, and she knows that you're not going anywhere. And because she knows that you're not going anywhere, she has no reason to keep seeing you, which means she stops pursuing you, and now her emotions work in a different guy's favor. If you can create that dynamic where that what if factor is facilitated through that sweet spot, your dating life will be better than almost everybody's. Now, to take this a step further, to help you learn, understand, and master the language of women, check out the community that I built. We have over 2,000 guys inside of that community right now who are learning, understanding, and mastering the language of women, and I built that process for one reason specifically. I want to help you attract the woman that you've always wanted a relationship with, and I'm going to show you step by step how to retain her interest level so she doesn't desire to pull away and leave you. That is why I made this. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.